Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Puzzle Agent 2. Let's continue the story. We really did not make a lot of progress. We got stuck on a very simple puzzle at the beginning, but no real direction in the puzzle. So I was thinking it was more complicated, or that there had to be some kind of hint to something there, but really there wasn't. Apparently they just refused to book me into this inn, so I've been given the hint to look elsewhere and go outside, so that's, I guess, what I'll do after I look at this empty shelf. I clicked on the wrong thing.
I kind of miss the wooden gnome collection, Miss Garrett. Made the whole place seem creepier.
So out the door we go this time. So
Scoggins hasn't wasted any time making me feel unsettled and unwelcome. Tried to check into the hotel, only to be told there were no vacancies. Unless the town's become a tourist hotspot, the innkeeper is trying to hide something. Just heard something from the alley behind the hotel. The alley where I saw one of those creatures. I'm going to investigate.
So it's an interesting conundrum you would be in if you ended up in a snow-filled place and you could not get a place to live. I guess your next move would be you would have to either call the police and ask them for help, or get arrested by the police and get thrown in jail. That might be the best that they could do. But say you were in some isolated Alaskan town, the closest sheriff is like a day away from you, you're gonna freeze to death. You're gonna have to figure something out. Break into a place or build an igloo. I wouldn't bother trying to build an igloo. I'd break into a place. That might end me in jail, but at least I wouldn't freeze to death outside. Maybe there's some other things you could certainly look for. Shelters. Whispers.
Oh, it's just the door.
She doesn't even shut the door. What?
The noises in the alley turned out to be nothing more sinister than a back door to a warm room for the night. There has to be a reason Mrs. Garrett doesn't want anyone to know I'm staying here. But that is a mystery for tomorrow.
See, like there was a whole conversation there that should have happened, and it just didn't happen. That's the problem with the laziness that I feel like Telltale just put on this series. They just weren't committed to doing a complete game. I mean, not even gonna explain away or animate this sequence, just instead gonna jump to it and then say one sentence about it. Let's look at these things and then we've got this extra puzzle.
I wonder if I could sneak this painting out in my carry-on luggage.
What? You're an FBI guy, you're gonna steal a painting from a hotel?
For a second, I thought I saw someone on the street below. Probably just my imagination.
So the innkeeper apparently is helping me. It's just... Let's do this extra puzzle because I think it's extra because it's whited out where it's usually brown if it's part of the story, and then click on the bed, because if I click on the bed now, I'm afraid it's going to go to sleep and do something, but maybe not. It may very well be that I need to walk outside.
Ah, a hidden people lamp to stare at me all night while I sleep. Comforting.
Help trace the site of the hidden people by arranging these photos in order. Trace a sighting of the hidden people. There we go. So this is one of these just order the picture based on the footprints from the first game. Seems pretty simple. What you do is you see this is purely white except for the hidden person's footprints. This one has the hidden person's footprints and then these two people adding more footprints. This one has a snowman, a guy on a snowmobile seeing all three of those people's footprints, and then this is all the other previous footprints and a bunch of more hidden people. So that's the right solution. Rather easy. Notice that the stamps have little vegetables on them this time. That's a nice little reference here. Let's move forward.
That was interesting, but I figured it out.
Now the question is there going to be a second puzzle? Because it turned out after a while we realized that there were some people that just had like 2 or 3 versions of the same puzzle. Let's go and sleep.
It's clear now that the mysteries of Scoggins go deeper than the incident at the eraser factory. And I'm convinced I made the right choice to come back. Assuming, of course, I make it through the night.
So this is probably a sleep sequence. Yep. So what I had hoped at the end of the first game is that it would have turned out the whole thing was a dream sequence. And then the sequel could have been the actual thing. Huh? Isaac Danver does not exist. Discover the secret message by placing names of Scoggins' missing residents in the order they disappeared, starting from the first to go missing. Well, I have no information, so you need to give me some more. There. What? By placing the names of the Scoggins missers in order they disappeared, starting from the first to go missing.
It's no good. Someone knows I'm in town because I've just received a note. Isaac Davner does not exist. I won't have any idea what that means until I've gotten enough information to solve the puzzle on the other side. My first priority tomorrow is to take this note into town and find out what these names have in common.
Well, I assume that was just a bug there. Like, and now we're seeing bugs. We didn't see any bugs in the first game. It wasn't particularly the most pretty thing in the world, but I've seen some visual glitches already in this game too. Things flickering. I don't even know why that would be the case, but it seems like it is. Yeah, that was a sucky bug. But okay, so that explains we can't solve that puzzle. Can you even see this puzzle? Like we can click on it. I don't have the missing persons file. That's what I need. Well, let's see. We can talk to this guy. I guess that's our first move.
Stupid flyers. Crash of a black moon.
Excuse me. Daryl, was it?
Hang on, Hey, you're that FBI guy.
Special Agent Tethers, Puzzle Research Division.
Yeah, well, I've got a missing person case for you guys to solve.
The factory foreman?
That's old news. I'm talking about my brother Daryl.
Alright, so Daryl has gone missing. Somebody named their kids Daryl and Daryl.
Could you tell me more about your brother's disappearance?
We were out past Sesame Woods a couple of days ago. Daryl split off on his own because he said we were in Barrelope country.
Barrelope?
Oh, they're real. Don't doubt it.
And he was scared of them.
Scared? Nah, he went hunting for him. Haven't seen him since.
So he's probably hunting something.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Daryl?
He's allergic to walnuts. What do you want to know? Not much to it, Mr. FBI. He went missing out past Sesame Woods, and somebody needs to go look for him.
Have you seen or heard from Isaac Davner since I left?
Who?
The foreman of the eraser factory. He went missing after the factory shut down.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, figures. People here go missing all the time.
Do you know anything about the hidden people?
Great. My brother goes missing, and the FBI comes to ask me about forest gnomes.
You don't believe in them?
You should have come here earlier, when I was 4 years old, and listened to bedtime stories.
So we have to do this flyers puzzle, and it's part of the story because of the little brown logo. So let's do it.
Where have you been putting up those flyers?
I've been getting permission first. It's legal.
Need any help?
Sure. Federal tax dollars should work.
Daryl is passing out flyers in the neighborhood, but the flyer bandit is at large and will steal them. Figure out where to place the stack to ensure so 50 flyers reach the end of the pass. Okay, we had a puzzle like this before. It was kind of a nightmare. Ensure that exactly 50 flyers will make it to the other side of town. Each person will pick up one paper. At the fork in the road, half will take the left path. Then the other half assumedly takes the right path. The bandit will steal flyers from anyone who passes by him. The bandit is in one of 3 locations marked with a question mark, but nobody knows which one. So if I put like 24 here, that would, oh, it doesn't even work that way. It starts at the top. Alright. $24, maybe 12. Seems like this is actually going to work rather well. And then I think the trick here, since we know we're either gonna lose 3 or 17 or 16, I think we've probably need to figure something out here. I would guess that is the better move. So if he took 4, let's see. Can we balance it so that these 3 are exactly equal? If we could do that. then like this right here solves that problem. See, if this was 12, 12, 12, and we lost one, then you'd have 24. Then 24 plus another 24 would be 48. So there's a slight offness here. It needs to be 25 or a couple extra. So this for these two here need to move 12, 12, 12. There we go. This 11 plus this equals 26, and then 26 plus the 24 that we'll get through between these will equal 50 exactly. This is a way easier version of the puzzle that we did before, just because it's doing the math for us and helping us. Much, much easier. I'm very much appreciated. Still took a little bit of time to do.
There you go. That should get everybody in town on the lookout for Daryl.
I doubt it in this town. People disappear all the time in Scoggins. Nobody even notices anymore.
There have been other missing people?
Plenty others. Even that researcher over at the campground had his buddy go missing just last week.
Do you know where I could...
He's got a trailer at the Wallows campground. Name's Alfred, something or other. Have fun, Mr. FBI. Try looking for my brother while you're at it.
He doesn't even respond.
It sounds like Isaac Davner's just one of many missing people around Scoggins. The cases might all be related. I'm heading to the Wallows to ask a researcher there about his missing friend. And look for Daryl's brother, of course.
They've got some comedy in this, definitely. So, 2 time frames were given in those conversations. That Daryl's brother went missing a couple days ago. The researcher's friend went missing a week ago. But I suspect what is going to happen is we will get the missing persons files, and it will have exact dates. And we won't even have needed to pay attention to those conversations. And we're back to Scoggins, so it is the same location. Let's just point out all the places in the first game we did not visit. We did not go to the park and gazebo. We did not go to the sheriff's station. Not to the school. Not to Three Forks. Not to Ashtabashcan Woods. Which, those might just be streets. We didn't go to the campgrounds. We didn't go to the Scoggins farm. The places we did go were the inn, the lodge, the razor factory, a forest that was here that then led to the ice fishing huts, and the Moosier Diner. So not a lot of locations on this map to start with, and we got shortchanged even in that. I guess I have to go to the campgrounds. It doesn't seem like anything else is even open. The Wallows. I suppose you could go try a campground in the middle of the snow. Sleep under a bench near a fire. Sleep in a park. Please, depending on what city you're in, kind of love to drive around parks at night and arrest homeless people. So that's a decent place to sleep if you want to get picked up and thrown into jail for a night. Parks in general get monitored also for drug deals and such. Another illicit
That
activity.
fire pit hasn't been used since the last thaw, assuming this place ever thaws. Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a researcher.
You found one.
I'm Special Agent
Boy,
Tethers
is that
with
guy
the FBI
blue.
Puzzle Research Division. Dr.
Versteckt. But that's my father's name. Call me Alfred. I'm doing anthropological research here in Scoggins. I'm a student of mankind.
That's a good place to search, I suppose. Ridiculous he says he's from the Puzzle Research Division every time. I know it's a joke, but if you were a real FBI guy, you'd just say, I work with the FBI. Well, I'm from the FBI. If I was a custodian for the FBI, I'd say I work for the FBI. And that's all I want to say about that.
Someone in town said your friend had gone missing?
Friend? Oh, yes, they must be talking about my graduate student, Will Medlock. Very bright young man. Disappeared, when was that? 2 months ago?
2 months ago.
That was before the incident at the eraser factory. But no one mentioned it before.
Can't say I'm surprised. Local law enforcement was no help.
Yes, I've met the local law enforcement.
People here are more interested in puzzles than missing people.
Is there anything else you can tell me about this missing grad student, Will?
Well, now that I think about it, I wonder if spending time in Scoggins was starting to have an effect on him.
How do you mean?
He became unfocused. Talked about nightmares and whispers. I didn't think much of it at the time. He walked away in the middle of one of my discussions about the transformative power of myth and legend. I thought he was just bored, but I never saw him again.
What is an anthropologist doing in Scoggins, Minnesota?
Same thing an anthropologist does anywhere else. I'm studying people.
The people of Scoggins? Is there enough to study?
Oh my, yes. The shared reality made by the people and their folklore. I've been here for years, and I've just barely scratched the surface. Don't you get the sense that this is a town on the cusp of something big? Their folklore, their fascination with puzzles. It's as if the energy of thought is being transformed into solving one of the great problems of our age.
That's an interesting thought. I mean, could it be that the hidden people don't really exist? That nobody really exists? It's just like the people are so obsessed with puzzles they created Isaac Davner and the hidden people as a puzzle. It's an interesting way to go with the story. Voice acting seems a little bit better so far. We may find a bad character in this game though that just doesn't seem like it. It still feels very much like one or two people voice the entire cast of people in the game.
How long have you been here in Scoggins?
Well, let's see, about 15 years? I'm on my 8th government grant.
I love this scratched out dialogue thing. I suppose I could click here and get the same thing again.
How long have you been here in Scoggins?
But why
Well, let's
would
see,
you?
About 15 years? I'm on my 8th government grant.
Every single point click adventure game needs to be like this. It's so the right way to do it. It's like you get your options of dialogue. When they're exhausted, they get scratched out. They get grayed out in a very different shade of gray. Just any kind of indicator that's an obvious indicator that you don't need to click on that. You don't need to have the conversation again.
Do you know anything about the missing factory foreman, Isaac Davner?
Ah, yes. Fascinating story, that. A real suburban myth in the making. To the people of Scoggins, he's the archetype of the martyr, a ritual sacrifice made as an attempt to assert control over capricious nature.
Wait a second. Davner is not a myth. He's a real person. I've met him.
Myths are real, Agent Tethers. We're all characters playing roles. The hero in a quest for truth. The wise, mysterious sage who serves as his guide.
Wise. Right.
So now we can say goodbye, but we couldn't before then.
You must know something about the local stories about gnomes?
The hidden people? Well, of course. They're the ones who brought me here in the first place. I'm studying the myth and worship of the hidden people.
Oh, then you've dealt with that cult, the Brotherhood of Scoggins.
Oh my, yes. Frightfully mad, all of them. Be careful, Agent Tethers. Their devotion to the hidden people makes them extremely driven and extremely dangerous.
Now we can say goodbye.
Thanks for your time, Alfred. If you hear any more about Isaac Davner or your missing friend, please let me know.
He always just turns around and
Just spoken
starts
with a
talking.
mild-mannered but extremely driven agent from the FBI. He was looking for information about the hidden people and the rash of disappearances in the area, including young Wills. Of course, if he's investigating a missing persons case, he'd best talk to Sheriff Bogg. The sheriff may not be helpful, but he is the one man in town with information about all the missing residents.
What he said.
That is quite a good, like, comedy there. Unfortunately, I feel like we're gonna do 30 minutes here of just story and barely do one puzzle. They need to throw a puzzle at me like really quick here. We got about 5 minutes. Although I guess doing more story is kind of
I'm finally
necessary
desperate enough to visit Sheriff Boggs' office,
because
but he's already
we
working
actually
against me. A
want
note on the door
story.
says, "Out to grab a bite." If I want any answers, I'll have to head to the Moose Ear Diner.
Let's see. Is there anything else I can click on? No, so we're looking through the inside of the building.
A note on the door says, "Out to grab a bite." If I want any answers, I'll have to head to the Moose Ear Diner.
So it's like, I wonder if we ever do anything here, or if this is just, that's the only time we even go to the sheriff's station. That's far too little of an amount of time to spend in that location, particularly the first time we arrive there. Let's see. Get this piece of gum. Get that piece of gum. Poster. What? Power grid. Between the 5 generators, all devices are using every available outlet. Generators will evenly split if the power is used twice. Each device must be powered exactly to meet their power needs. So I think I clicked on the sign and accidentally activated a bonus puzzle, but let's do it. So each one of these at the top is a generator. Each one of these needs power. That would be 15. 15 plus 25 would be 40. And then this, and then this, and then that. Like that. Wait, something's wrong here. I have to drag. Can I drag this thing all the way this way? Let's see. Let's look at the rules again. Each device must be powered exactly to the power needs. Generators will evenly split power if used twice. Well, this one's only used once. So this actually doesn't need to even have a second path. This should work. 15 from half of this 30. 15 goes here. 15 plus the 25 here gives us 40. 25 here plus half of this 10 is 30. Then 30 here plus half of this 10 is 35, plus this 10 from way over there is 45. So why was that rejected? Start by powering the computer first. The remaining nodes will help you power other devices. So the computer first. 10 here. Plus this 15. I feel like I did this right, and it just didn't count it. Let's see. 10 plus that's 40. That's not right. So 25 there. Well, since I think I did it right anyways, I think I need a hint to know how they want me to do it. Every power station node is connected to a generator. That doesn't even make sense. We already knew that. The computer has the most power sources attached to it. 5. 5 sources. Just give me another hint, really. The computer will draw power from all the nodes from 2 generators plus 1 additional node from a 3rd source. So 5 there, 15 there, 10 there. That's 25, 30. Let's see. 15 here, 15. 15 here, 15 plus 25 is 40. Makes 25 there. Maybe, let's see, 25 plus this gives it 30. So we have 5 plus 40 here, so maybe I had to just connect everything, or maybe I missed this connection. Let's submit. See, I guess as soon as I just make a mistake, as soon as I do that once, it's totally becomes this, like, oh, I feel like the game isn't expecting it, right? Expected grade F, borderline. Here's your explanation for that puzzle. I didn't even see that puzzle though, so I don't know where that was or what caused that puzzle to come about. Anywho, I guess we've done 6 puzzles now. And we're gonna have to... Potentially the missing persons thing could be the final puzzle for the entire game. That's how the first game went. And it wouldn't surprise me if it's somewhat similar. We had this puzzle on that was a lock on the door, and we couldn't unlock that lock on the door until hours later of gameplay. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.